Chargers fans, welcome to my 2024 mock draft for the LA Chargers. As you can see, the picks are already on the screen, but stay tuned to the very end of the video because I want to give a firm breakdown of why I chose what I chose and what my thought process was. At the end of the day, I don't work for this team, right? And you don't work for this team. At the end of the day, we're couch GMs. However, hopefully you guys get to learn about some NFL draft prospects. And if I'm wrong on the person, I hope I'm at least right with the position. Let's jump into it. Joe Alt. Now, Joe Alt, let's talk about this name for a second. It sounds like a creative player on Madden. The dude is a beast. Some places have him measuring as 6'7", some places 6'8". I guess we got to wait to the NFL Combine to get his real height. But the dude is a very athletic, 315 pounds. He has a towering frame, impressive length. His athleticism is great. Think like the athleticism of a tight end, but he's a tackle. Dude is making the most out of his body, man. It's great. According to Ian Cummins, draft report, they did a draft review on him, and they have Alt as an extremely explosive and free-flowing athlete with unnatural foot speed and agility. I like that. Unnatural foot speed and agility. And when you watch the tape and see what he does, you see why he's probably going to be a top 5 pick. He couples that with absurd flexibility and bend. See, with a lot of big guys, that's the problem. Like, they're great, but when you have somebody who is, say 40 pounds lighter than you, pure muscle, and is a lot faster, they could get a little stiff around the hip. So Joe Alt is like, not only is he a guaranteed day one starter, but he's going to shore up that offensive line so freaking well. And we all know we do not want to see Justin Herbert get knocked around anymore. He's just too damn good. But I almost spent too much time on Joe Alt. I have him at number 5. It was an easy pick for me. Then moving on, a name that you might not have heard of before that we're going to talk about. Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback, Toledo. It's about 200 pounds, 6 foot tall. It says majority of Mitchell's appeal as a prospect comes from his physical profile and playmaking ability at 6 foot tall, 200 pounds. He has good strength, proportional length. His traits and are amplified by his elite explosiveness, closing speed, and twitch. You may look at his stats, and I'm pulling up his stats right here, y'all. He has a little bit more tackles, but man, a lot of those tackles are towards running backs, not towards people who are catching balls on them. This guy had 1 interception. He had 18 passes deflected this year, 19 passes deflected last year. That's damn near 40 pass deflections in the last 2 years. And it is over 40 if you took the whole college career, because this is he just finished up his 4th year of playing college ball. But 32 solo tackles, 9 assists. Not a whole lot of sacks or anything like that, but this guy, he could take and play the outside. He could take and play inside the box. He can pretty much do it all. Again, it's a name you guys may not have heard of before, but check him out. Watch his tape. I can't post on the screen. I'll get demonetized. I'll get a strike or something like that. But Quinyon Mitchell is dope. That's a name you want to check out. Then we have Drake Nugent. I went offensive line again. Dude, this is one of the best. I have him in my top 5 best centers in the draft conversation. Drake Nugent is all that in a bag of chips. This guy is a run blocker. When it comes to the run game, he's great. He's very good on the pass as well, too. I don't think he gave up any sacks this year at all. And you look at Blake Corum and all of his success, and Edwards, the other running back in the backfield. You got to shout out the O-line, man. And Drake Nugent is the anchor of that offensive line, man. So coming into a place like the Chargers, where you're probably going to get a Joe Alt, right? That's one that screw my mock draft. Like, it's probably actually going to be the pick. Then you have Drake Nugent. Sure up that O-line. Plus you get a new head coach. Man, it could be Jim Harbaugh. It could be the coach who's previous on the Titans. You're going to get a good coach, man. And both those coaches, what they value is offensive line. So I see Joe Alt coming off the board. I see Drake Nugent coming off the board too. Then I have a guy I want to talk about, Mekai Wingo, defensive tackle, LSU. Let's jump into his stats. He's 6'1", 295 pounds. Very athletic for a defensive tackle. Very athletic, high motor. Really like this guy a lot. Y'all check this out. He got last year, it's not super impressive. He got 4.5 sacks, 25 total tackles. And then the year before that, he actually had 4 passes deflected. I didn't see any passes deflected last year, but I think he might have missed a few games, I believe it was. But Mekai Wingo is a high motor guy, and he's probably sliding because of that injury. But the guy is a beast, man. He's somebody who's potentially could become a day one starter. And I'm excited to take and see how he does. I think the NFL Combine is really going to set the center stage. And he looks like a guy who could test very well. When you watch the tape, sometimes people don't test well, but I think this guy will be someone who tests well. And I think he's worth being a top 100 pick. Mekai Wingo, defensive tackle, LSU. Then when it comes to lots of sacks, there's a guy by the name of Javon Solomon who got 16 sacks off the edge last year, baby. 16 sacks, high motor. Now, Mekai Wingo, he's going to take and make room for, I kind of go back to my last pick. He's gonna take on double blocks and work those double blocks and stop the running back a lot of times and even get to the quarterback at times. But we have not seen his ceiling. Right. But if you have him in the offense, imagine Javon Solomon off the edge. Now we have so when I say we, I'm talking not Chargers fan, I'm just doing this mock draft here. But the Chargers have edge rushers, but they've also had a problem with people being healthy. So when you have someone like Javon Solomon, who, in my opinion, is a 4-down player, but you put him in situations, his number one stat on that sheet when he played for Troy is sacks. And man, does he get a lot of them. Next person I'm going to take and talk about is Cam Allen. Dog, Cam Allen is one of the all-time tackle leaders as far as total tackles for Purdue. I want to say he's in the top 3 or something like that. Dude is amazing. Cam Allen's pursuit of the ball, twitchy hips, he's all that in a bag of chips, man. He's a great, great player. Last year, he had he was playing against Indiana, scored a 39-yard pick six. And that's the first time I've ever heard of Cam Allen. I remember watching that game, and dude is an absolute baller, man. Looking at some of these numbers here, it's not a whole lot of it's a lot of interceptions. Let me see. We got a total of 13 career interceptions. Okay, not a whole lot of pick sixes I saw. So he's had 1 pick six. When it comes to pass deflections, he had 6 last year, 6 the previous year, and then 3 before that, and then 3 his rookie year or freshman year. Statistically, he's dope. I am a Cam Allen fan. Now, nothing too flashy, but one thing I love is he gets lots of interceptions. To complement Javon Solomon, the pick before that, he gets lots of sacks. We want people on this team who have a history of staying healthy and a history of making lots and lots of plays. That being said, when it comes to staying healthy and making lots of plays, I am a huge fan of the Chargers' current running back. However, with that O-line being banged up, there was a lot of sacks on the quarterback. Herbert gets injured. Just a lot of crap was happening. So shoring up the O-line has to be top priority, right? However, there's a guy by the name of Rasheen Ali. Man, is he great, just like the real Ali. He had 15 touchdowns last year, 1,135 yards, 5.4 was his average yards per carry, and then 212 yards. That's great. That's freaking great. The previous year, he didn't have much. He had an injury, so he only had 273 yards. But then the year before that, he had 1,400 yards and 23 touchdowns in 2021. So you're talking about a guy, his college career is just shy of 40 touchdowns on the ground. And over 40 if you cover everything, because he's a receiving tight end as well, too. As a matter of fact, last year, he had 213 yards receiving. Rasheen Ali. There's no way in hell he makes it past the 6th round, in my opinion, because he came from Marshall. People going to hate on him. I see him going as high as the 3rd round, nothing less than the 6th round. That's just someone who studies the draft year after year. I have live NFL draft prospects on the show, so I know a lot about the draft. That being said, Cam Allen and Rasheen Ali, I should be having on the show within the next 2 months. So be sure you guys go ahead and subscribe. Once I finish up this mock draft season, mock draft series, I think I'm like 27 teams in. So once I get to 32 teams, I get them all done, I am going to be getting back to my NFL draft series where I have the live interviews. So y'all be sure to subscribe. Comment below. Let me know what you think about this mock draft. Eat me alive. I could take the spice. It's all good. But if you love it, let me know. I want to hear that too. And also follow me on social media. You got my stuff there on the screen at TouchdownDoug, Facebook and Instagram, the Touchdown with Doug Smith. You guys can catch me on there. But God bless you guys. Be safe and enjoy some football this weekend, man. We got 4 teams left, so excited to see what this Super Bowl is going to look like. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.